Hey, so we've been friends for about 5 minutes. Can I ask you something real quick?
Anytime, baby. Take a look.
What is the Oculus Quest 2? Is it worth it? Is it the future of gaming? You will find out the answers to all of these questions in the upcoming video. All I ask for in exchange is for you to gently tickle the like button. That's it. It's a fair deal, right? Cool. Alright, let's jump into it. First and foremost, this is not a sponsored video. I literally have 5 subscribers. Nobody would ever pay me to promote their product. So let's talk the price. The Oculus Quest 2 starts at $299 US. 299 McChickens. 299 razor blades. From Dollar Shave Club, I assume. Why spend 3 racks on a new chain when you could spend .299 racks on an Oculus Quest 2? Think about that one, Gucci gang. Comparing this to the other new generation consoles, so we're talking the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X, those are both $499 US. However, less expensive does not mean worse quality product. This thing is amazing, so let's jump into some of the pros and cons here. The first and most obvious pro is that it's a fashion statement. This thing is basically a sex magnet. You pop this on, people will be falling over for you. But for real, it's actually an amazing device. You put it on and you feel like you're immersed in a real environment. It's absolutely mind-blowing. I once tried VR maybe like 5 years ago in a Microsoft store playing Beat Saber, and it was kind of cool, but the headset was clunky, falling off when I was moving around. It was a cool experience, but it was obvious to me that a lot more advancements needed to be made before the device was enjoyable enough for me to justify purchasing it. It's 2021 now though, and I could say that the technology has finally caught up to the hype. The headset it came with for the Oculus Quest 2, pretty comfortable. I mean, it doesn't slip around my face very often, or at all really. It doesn't hurt my head that much. When you take it off, you do get a beautiful red beam here. If you watch football and you see a player take their helmet off, you could see it on their forehead a bit. That's okay, it doesn't hurt, it goes away after a few minutes. I wouldn't recommend playing it before you go on a date, just because of that red mark. But if you own a VR device, you're probably not dating anyone anyways, so that problem solves itself, don't you think? Continuing the list of pros, let's hop back to price for one more second. Not only is the device cheaper than its competitors, the price of the games are also much less expensive. So most of the games I see in the marketplace are around $30 or less, and in fact many of the best games are actually free. So comparatively speaking, you're saving quite a bit of money, which is always a good thing. We like some money in our pocket. Let's talk about cons.
Ravioli, ravioli. Give me the formuoli.
VR motion sickness is a very real concern for this device, and a lot of users experience it, myself included. So if you are prone to motion sickness at all in the real world, such as when you're on a boat, or perhaps when you are in the back seat of a car, it's the same sensation as that, but you experience it so much faster. And it sucks. There's no worse feeling than spending a ton of money on a new console, opening it up, and then only being able to play for 5 minutes, and then feeling sick for the next 4 to 8 hours of your day. And that's not an exaggerated number. Literally, you play it for a few minutes, and then the rest of your day is ruined. Particularly in games where you walk. In games where you stand still, such as Beat Saber, where you're in a stationary environment, swinging your arms, that's fine. You're not moving around too much. I was able to play those effortlessly. Games where your character moves around though, in a walking type motion, So there's this thing called VR legs, which I assume is a knockoff of sea legs for seasick people, where apparently the more you expose yourself to VR, the better you get at handling it. Do I believe that's real? Absolutely. I have full confidence that at some point I will be able to play these games with minimal motion sickness experience. I looked into cures, and believe me, I tried all of them. There's medicines you could take. This one's Bonine. Most people are familiar with Dramamine, which is a more popular variant. Neither of those worked for me. There's these things called C-bands that apparently you you put on your wrist and it's supposed to help with motion sickness. You know, I put these on, and although they were very stylish, they didn't help me either. There was a solution though. Fear not. Not only did this solution work a little, it completely cured me of my motion sickness in VR, which is miraculous. To put this into perspective for you, prior to trying this out, I could play for a max of 20 minutes. With this on, I played for hours. So the solution, bear with me here, is eating ginger. Which sounds like an old folklore thing. Oh, just eat a little bit of ginger, open up and eat it. It works really well. Half of a teaspoon, which equates to 2 grams. Shove it down your throat, wait half an hour, and then you're good to go. So is the motion sickness a major con? Yes. Are there ways around it? Yes. Is it a bit of work? Yes. Does it taste awful? Absolutely. These are issues you wouldn't have to deal with in other devices. It's a bit annoying to have to down this disgusting powder every time I play, but at least I'm able to play. Other than the motion sickness piece though, there aren't too many other cons. I think the technology is ready. I think it is good enough to compete with Xbox and PlayStation. I sincerely believe that. There are some other areas it's lacking though. Number one, I would say the community. I don't think there are nearly as many people currently on VR as there are on Xbox and PlayStation and PC. It will grow in popularity over time, and that will make it even more enjoyable than it already is. The second weakness, there are a lot of okay titles, but I believe for the most part, there's a lot of untapped potential. Part of the issue is probably that VR is not super popular yet, and so developers are more likely to create their game on a more traditional console rather than experimenting with this new method. And that's totally fair. And again, I think this goes hand in hand with the community base. As the community base grows, more developers will be attracted to it, which will then attract more members to join the community, and it's a positive feedback loop that will hopefully take off pretty soon. I would love to see games like Call of Duty, or maybe somehow Madden, if you could be the quarterback. That would be pretty impressive. Unfortunately, it's not there yet. I do think they will be on their way eventually. So what is the overall verdict for this device? I think the technology absolutely lives up to the hype. I believe there is a tremendous amount of upwards potential for virtual reality. I do believe it is the future of gaming. I just think it's a little bit early. I think once we get that positive momentum of new members joining, it will explode. So should you buy it? I believe yes. It's worth it for me, but use this information to make your own decisions. If you enjoyed this video, and if it helped you even slightly, again, I just ask that you press the like button. If you look forward to seeing future videos like this, feel free to sub to the channel. Thank you and have a wonderful day.